Alright, and this is a theme we don't get to hear very often. We got Sigrid being played by Rasposo in the blue versus...
Sigrid, my beloved. She will win. I'm telling you, she will win this. I'm rooting for her.
I guess since we have somebody cheering for Rasposo's corner, I'll cheer for Marco. Go, Marco!
Yeah, Ragna has a lot of cool stuff, has to be said.
Yeah. I find Ragna to be one of the funner lower tier commanders.
Yeah, I think...
I like picking her when situations permit.
Yeah, it's funny because, like, I can't even necessarily pinpoint the reason why she's, like, weaker. I guess it's, like, range, like, a lack of range on her groove is, like, the big issue.
Well, she's not very safe when she jumps in, is the issue, right? It's like, her groove doesn't get much done, and then it puts her in a terrible position afterwards.
It's kind of that she's outclassed on damage. Like, despite the fact that it's 100 pure damage and, like, push damage, it's so focused, you tend to only get, like, 2 hits with it, and not on important units.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, yeah. She has the flexibility of the movement, but, I mean, when stuff like Wolfheart exists...
Yeah,
I mean, you could say that about Sigrid as well. As much as I love her design, I've always memed on Sigrid for being discount Wolfheart LOD. Yeah. So...
But nowadays, I think she actually has some advantages over LOD because she's faster to get her groove out at least.
Yeah, it's a little better in this game, but definitely in Wargroove 1, I still think there is very little reason to ever pick Sigrid. As much as people would say otherwise to me, never a believer.
Anyways, I guess there's probably enough to talk about the commander picks for now, and I guess have to talk a bit more about Ketzas.
Yeah,
so this is interesting, man.
Yeah, sorry, I was just
There's a bunch of watchtowers everywhere.
Yeah, the watchtowers are everywhere. The thief early on comes out, ooh, and we got this
Kraken's
unit
here.
converter. Kraken comes out. Kraken's a pretty good option, especially. I play a lot of warships on this map normally, but Kraken able to fight other naval units, which warship can't. And
so like the center is like almost all beaches, which while it does give warship crit, it also means that it moves like 2 tiles a turn.
Yeah, and they're very vulnerable to getting killed. I think like Harpy will like almost straight up kill if it doesn't just straight up kill a warship on the beach.
You also get murdered by Kraken, which is not good that you're opposing big units.
Yeah.
It just murders you.
And we're gonna see Commander versus Commander in the north actually. There's a couple different routes you can pick for your pathing on Commander, and Central to take the beach villages actually is like a fairly common one. Rasposo, unfortunately Sigrid is really, really bad in Commander versus Commander. We're going to see her struggling a little bit. Yeah,
that little merfolk is going to possibly get murdered very soon.
Oh yeah. Kraken on a beach. Although, you have to have vision on it, and I don't think anyone can see it yet.
There's no watchtower that gives vision on that. I think that's why we're supposed to move it there.
Yeah. And yeah, once you're in the reef as well, like you can...
You do have turtle for vision later, but not this turn. Ooh, okay, decaps. Nice.
Oh, Marco might actually hold both teleporters. There's another feature of this map as well. You've got the portals.
As well as one inside your base to reinforce very quickly.
Yeah, and there's a lot of really cool things you can do with them. And it creates like this nice extra objective to fight over. And while people might think, oh, the mobility, like that's kind of like ridiculous, it's kind of a bit too strong. The weakness of the portal is anything you send through it is completely vulnerable for that turn. So the only exception is like if you send an air unit into the abyss, like to the north here, for example, only like a witch can deal with that. I guess like maybe like a ballista or an archer, but you're not really going to see a ballista on this map.
Ballista actually having a use case? Shocking.
Yeah, you will, however, see trebuchets come out on this map, especially with the teleporter.
Yeah, until this
Yeah, I can see that being a lot more viable.
Oh,
think we have seen that before. Yep, commander hit.
Teleporter makes it really, really scary to push here, especially in fog.
Yeah.
Oh, and hits?
Oh, hitting
Sigrid's.
with seconds. Interesting.
I
guess
guess
hilariously, this gives her a worse target to, like, groove. So you need to commit another unit to actually kill that sword.
yeah, she's so far from having groove though.
Oh wait, yeah.
I guess there's like maybe an army fight potential here, but I think Marco is actually just in a very good position right now.
I think it's very scary to commit to any fighting as Rasposo right now. Especially with what you can see. I would push here.
You also just saw that there was a crack in that Merfolk center. Well, technically you didn't see it, but that's the only thing that could have killed it.
I mean, there's definitely... Naval is like really strong on this map, but you can actually, if your opponent overcommits, just ignore the naval front and take the sides.
And what are they gonna do? There's only like 3 or 4 villages they can interact with in the center at best.
Yeah, I mean, there's enough to make it worth it, but like, if you
not enough to
yeah.
You can't over centralize on it because it's not the main focus. The flanks are still better.
It's a whole Kraken.
Especially with the teleporter. The teleporter makes it really vicious, I would say.
Turtle versus turtle. Come out and... Oh!
Is this just gonna be to hit Sigrid?
Apparently, yes. Which, oh, you've got follow-up.
I don't think you can target the in fog, right? It's
no,
not,
you have to have vision on the target.
Yeah. Unfortunately, could have been slightly better damage.
Thankfully, we can't have 2 units occupying the same tile. Wing, nudge. Flamingo had a bug like that before. But yeah, thankfully that doesn't happen.
I do think that was premature of Marco to do with no direct kill because it's fog, and also they should have known that they could just heal, which I think just ruins the attack.
Yeah, but you are forcing them back, and Marco has so much of the map that I think it's actually worth it just to push forwards.
I mean, maybe for tempo it's fine. If you, I think I could see an argument saying
boiling over. That's
that's cool though.
Ooh, going in here, interesting. You know Sigrid's still there.
Yeah, she's gonna get some free noms.
Yep.
Yeah, rifles
I think pushing
up.
close. I think pushing the stronghold is actually definitely the correct idea here, because Sigrid's gonna have to front switch, and that's gonna take her more time than what it's going to for Sigrid to be effective here, which is immediate. The second she front switches, right? So Marco is looking very dominant here on this fight.
Yeah.
Rare interaction, rifle shooting the turtle.
Yeah.
We gotta document this. It's happened in a Wargroove game. Has happened.
Oh, and it's a reef. It's in a reef as well. Okay, so yeah, I guess it is only forests that block it. For some reason, that raised the.
Have we seen a flamingo hit a thief yet? I feel like that could be relatively common.
I'm pretty sure I've done that to someone.
I think the problem is that I think Flamingo has horrible damage against thieves for some reason, if I remember correctly.
That's strange. I mean, I guess it's a unit that can literally go anywhere around the thief. I guess I understand why they do that, but man, goodness, Flamingo gets no love.
Yeah. Just make the unit actually good, please. I mean, not
well, no, you don't want that. That's like
you don't want to.
We could get into a debate as to like how good the Flamingo should be. I mean, I personally am of the opinion that one of the reasons it's so weak is because it's a counter unit to Siege, and we tend to just hard ban Siege for most maps.
I mean, yes,
yeah.
But also it's just inefficient. It's just very inefficient against so many units as well.
Yeah, I mean, if it was efficient though,
it'd be really you would only buy it. That's like the thing. Like, I think it's for the most part a relatively stable spot, which is what we need the unit to be. We don't necessarily need the unit to be good. You can always make it a pre-buy, or you can always make capping routes that make it existent.
Oh, Frog actually attacking for a change. You don't get to see that very often.
Ooh. Rare attack.
Yeah.
Rare attack.
Frog does actually do good damage when it's crit with its. I mean, just good damage in general. It's just not for 600 gold units. And also tends to die for doing it, of course, because it's like not super durable.
Yeah, and here we see there's this one thing on this map where like you can just overextend, and like your opponent can take full advantage of that. That being said, there is a golem to back this up, and a lot of the value over here is still in naval. So
yeah, maps can just rush the stronghold at this point, and now you have groove again.
oh, that's very true. Yeah, there's a golem behind this as well.
So you can also get 20 push damage on stronghold or shove blockers out of the way.
Yeah, and actually there's gonna be mages teleporting to the south side. Ooh, nice pick off there. Ooh, and thief comes in.
Like, I think get a heist maybe, that'd be funny.
It is
Probably
actually
not, but
really worth it if you can pull off.
yeah. Probably not gonna be able to return it, but because it's either gonna die or the game's gonna end, I feel. Yeah.
And oh, we see a sword hitting another sword on no health.
Ooh, widening over. Okay, that's good.
I mean, you have to get some defense here at some point.
Yeah.
The stronghold is
Did
very
Marco have
vulnerable.
any vision on that?
I don't know if he had any vision on the wagon. I love this positioning of the thief.
Yeah. Marco definitely heard the wagon because that's distinct. I guess the question is, did they know that it was Sigrid has disappeared from top front? Because Marco could possibly overextend here if that's the case.
I mean, Fog in general takes just forever to actually get anything done. You can hold very, very, very long in a losing position, just because of uncertainty. So,
True. Are we gonna see?
I think you can. I think this is a little quick. I think it was a little quick to do
yeah.
that, but it paid off.
You just jump.
It
behind
paid off. I
You can
think
also
so.
shove the thief into the abyss as well.
I was thinking
So-
the thief would get shoved and then there would be like a follow-up unit, but
Yeah, you can also just jump
My
up and
take is that they shouldn't have hit with the golem first. They should have moved their dog to check vision first. That's my counterpoint.
That's fair. Yeah.
I think Ragna
wanna
could
be sure you have the
something
sides
out of the way
exposed.
though. But
You don't have the kill if you have to shove a different unit, I think. Though.
Exactly.
although actually
exactly.
she could just jump. If you hit with golem, then she jumps. I don't think she can actually die. So you can just like have her sit there and just hit the stronghold the next turn.
Yeah,
That's
I
fair.
think
You didn't know if there was something behind stronghold.
That's
though,
a- yeah,
which
yeah, yeah,
I guess.
that's like kind of the issue. You need to be able to see. Is like I think just on principle you should throw a cheap unit to check to see if there's any sight, like the dog or the sword,
Yeah.
and then use that to base it. Because I don't think the idea here is wrong. I just think it was a little
All right. Yeah.
rush.
Just
Make
could have
sure
been
it's
a little safer,
100%
but-
to win.
Yeah. But I think even if there was something like here, for example, you just like jump here, have like the sword crit and like have the knight hit from above, and then like the actually it would just go down anyway. If there was something
Yeah,
above
we're
and
talking about
behind,
if there was. We're talking about if there was units all around stronghold except front.
you
That's, like,
shove the
one
thief
situation.
off using Ragna's groove, and then hit with knight from below, and then like there's nothing that can really clear everything here. And
Yeah,
Ragnar
I mean,
would have
it
full
should
health and
work
just
unless you
kills.
have.
Yeah.
Unless Rasposo built Dragon and Marco didn't know this, but yeah, it's like.
Yeah. But anyway, well played. Maps gonna take it, and actually, we don't get to see too many games of Marcomapps like winning, so it's actually really nice. Like Rasposo's been playing super well this month, and nice to see. Like,
yeah.
people
I
take games
mean,
off each other.
unfortunately, the girl boss couldn't slay hard enough to carry, so we got a
Yeah.
Marco win instead.
Sigrid going up against
Sadly, yeah.
Commander in the north was like very unfortunate for Sigrid because she just doesn't fight commanders very well. Like one of her big weaknesses, she just can't interact with enemy commanders. Whereas Ragna, very good at interacting with enemy commanders. You can just jump on them, you get 300% commander damage. So nicely done.